Beyond the Threshold. Jesus elucidates through Jakob Lorber. Scene 5. A fashionmonger is dying. August 5th, 1847. Here follows another premature death, that of a young woman, a fashionmonger, who, during a ball, indulged in too much dancing, hoping to secure for herself a young and rich bridegroom. Instead, she only gained an early death. A young, physically attractive girl of 19 years was invited to attend a grand society ball, an invitation she gladly accepted, with the permission of her parents. At once the fashion stores were scoured, which luckily, amongst thousands of articles, still had one which found the approval of our invited beauty. Now came a visit to a first-class dressmaker, with the intention of styling the gown not only according to the latest Paris or London fashion, but if possible, according to the latest fashion of Madrid or New York. In this way, she would appear at this glittering ball in an outstanding outfit, thereby arousing the greatest attention and being regarded as of extraordinary appearance. The dressmaker, knowing his client and the dozens of capricious ideas cropping up on such occasions, was in quite a bit of trepidation on account of this order. And so he gave his all, and actually created a masterpiece of a ball gown, to the fullest satisfaction of his client. For the gown could be worn without a corset. However, the many fine elastic bands could compress the body to such an extent that our heroine's waist grew thinner than her round neck. This gown, according to the New York fashion, was actually the cause of her early and very sudden demise. For, being the beauty queen of the ball, she danced with a young, rich dandy who suited her fancy, so much so that a large blood vessel in her compressed lungs burst. Owing to the enormous loss of blood, she was dead in a matter of minutes. When she broke down on the dance floor and a stream of blood gushed from her rosy mouth, to the horror of all girls and ladies who were also tightly corseted, her parents, relatives and doctors came running, undressed her, poured icy cold water onto her and gave her medicine, which she, being totally dead, could no longer take. Everyone present wept and lamented, loudly. The parents and the attentive dandy of a lover tore their hair in despair. Some cursed such a fate, others again pitied the unfortunate one. Many left the dance hall, taking with them a reminder back home, but of course not much better than the sparrows scattered from the roof by a shot. In this case, we shall not see much that is of interest in the spirit world. Nonetheless, you shall see how such transitions proceed in the beyond. Look, there is our heroine, still slumped on the blood-spattered floor. And there, at a small distance, you see an angelic spirit, standing with crossed arms. His countenance shows dejection, meaning a kind of sadness, something such a guardian spirit will feel in cases of extreme human folly, where he can no longer help the people with his loving care. What will this mourning angel be doing here? You see, he approaches the girl, who is also in the spirit world, recognizable as a corpse. Now he has reached her and says, "Oh, you foolish being, what shall I now awaken in you, since everything is dead within? wherever I turn my gaze. O Lord, look down graciously. Here the strength with which you endowed me is not sufficient. Therefore, do stretch out your almighty hand, and do to this foolish girl according to your liking. Now look, there comes another, fiery-looking angel. Now he is there, and behold, his fire seizes the dead girl, and consumes her instantly, and she becomes ash. In the natural, material world, this cannot be observed, since this act concerns only the spiritual body. Now something within the ashes begins to stir. The angel is praying over the ashes. The final words of his prayer are, "Lord, your will be done." Now the second angel leaves the ashes, which continue to stir, but the first angel remains. This stirring is nothing but the reassembling of the completely destroyed, scattered, and utterly deranged soul particles, directly affected by my power. Now we shall see at once what is left of this girl's soul. Look, a little dark grey cloud is rising. The shape of this little cloud becomes more and more defined. And now look, there we have a form. There is nothing to compare it to on Earth. The head resembles that of a bat, the body that of a giant grasshopper. The hands appear like the feet of a goose, and the feet like those of a stork. How do you like this fashion, the fruit of this worldly being? Though the fashion is not what is so extraordinary, but it is an entirely different matter that this foolish girl, effectively a suicide victim, will hardly ever enter the luminous realms of heaven. It may take hundreds of years for her to attain a human form again, and that only in the most painful manner. Thereafter, she will be in the spirit world as what the albinos are on Earth, namely, she will shun the light. There is nothing else to be seen and learned from this, and so let us move on to another example.